great, hearty, delicious meals that won't break the bank. Let's get started.
Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, just like my partner mentioned, today we're going to talk about tips and tricks on how to save money, how to budget wisely. So, first, we're going to go over the introduction. I'm going to ask you all some rhetorical questions. You guys don't have to answer those. Next, we're going to be talking about grocery tips. So, we're going to go over helpful suggestions. Thirdly, we're going to go over grocery list, what a grocery list looks like, such as an example guide. Next, we're going to be talking about grocery budget as well. Next, we're going to be talking about Southwestern food resources. Believe me, there's so much to talk about. We're also going to be talking about food banks in San Diego. So it's going to be local to where you live. And last, we're going to be talking about coupons and useful apps. And also, we're going to have a cool and fun iced coffee and ramen tutorial. Believe me, you do not want to miss out. So let's go ahead and start. So as we mentioned, as Javon mentioned, sometimes he said, like not breaking the bank when we go shop, and honestly, super relatable. Am I right? All right.
Absolutely. College life is a struggle sometimes.
Yeah. And so as I mentioned, college life can be a struggle. So a few questions that you can ask yourself just to get that conversation rolling. You don't have to answer those if you want. Go ahead. But just a few questions. The few questions are, do you go out and spend a lot of money? Are you being responsible with the money that you earn? So if you're currently working, are you being responsible with that? Um, Next, do you constantly find yourself buying outside food, such as like going out to eat a lot at like restaurants, what do you call it? Fast food restaurants and things of that nature. And then, as well as when shopping for groceries, do you usually overspend? And finally, has the current pandemic affected you or your family when buying groceries? So, if you identified with any of these questions, we're here to help. So, yeah, let's go ahead. And yeah, honestly, feel free to type some things on the chat if you think something's really interesting. Put a heart reaction, a little something in the chat.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely. If you relate anything, just as much interaction as possible, we want to see that you
yeah.
guys are interested in what we're talking about. So anything that you relate to, let us know.
Or put period on the chat or something, to make us feel like, okay, they're relating. Like, okay, Javon, what? Like, this is
Yes.
some useful information. So as we continue moving on, so did you know that the average cost of groceries for a US household is $5,174 per year?
Wild.
That's crazy. Like, dang. So I think that averages out like $431 like per month. So that's pretty crazy. Like almost $500 per month when spending groceries. So yeah, maybe ask your parents today, be like, hey, like how much do you usually spend like per month on groceries? And then they'll tell you, you know what, we spend around like 400, 300, and it's pretty crazy. So yeah, did you also know that grocery spending has likely increased since the pandemic? Man, the pandemic has affected us too much.
Yep. And I'm
So
sure all that Postmates and DoorDash adds up. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
yeah, honestly. Emily asked how much, so $431 per month. Sarah, I feel called out.
You tweet,
Honestly,
Sarah. Same.
honestly, same. Yes, Antonio, delivery fees are crazy. Like how much? Like 16, $10 like with delivery fees? That's
Yeah,
too
it's crazy.
Uber Eats. Yeah, so this relates to, like if you go out or if you, do Postmates, Uber Eats. and things of that nature. So yeah, if you're taking notes, make sure to write the stats down, because again, it's pretty interesting. And yeah, keep dropping some things on the chat. Next, we're gonna move on. So we're gonna be talking a little bit about grocery tips. These have been super helpful for the both of us, Javon and I. We've been using these tips and tricks. So before shopping, make sure to take a picture inside of your refrigerator. So that way you can see, oh my gosh, do I have milk? Let me go back to that reference picture. So make sure to do that. Take a picture of your refrigerator before you start shopping, as well as taking out cash. So taking out cash helps a lot because that way, if you say, you know what, I only want to spend $100, $150, $50, you take out that cash, and there you go, you won't overspend. Next, something else that's super important is making sure to eat beforehand. How many of you guys like have gone to like the grocery store with your parents and you guys are so hungry, and then your mom starts like grabbing like lots of chips, or everyone's like putting things in the cart, and everybody's just like, yeah, because we're so hungry, blah blah blah. Like, who can relate to that? Let me.
All the time. All the
Yeah,
time.
yes, honestly, I'm looking at the chat. Guilty. Yes.
Period. Retweet.
Yeah, thank you for participating. Yeah, keep dropping some things on the chat.
Yes,
Yeah,
you guys are very active. We love that. Thank you so much.
definitely. Yeah, something else that we also like to do is comparative shopping. So if you usually shop at, I don't know, Ralph's or Walmart or Northgate, there's those websites where you can check, there's the apps where you can check usually what like a lettuce costs. It may be a lettuce might be like $3, $4 at Walmart, and at Ralph's it can be like $3. Like you can do comparative shopping and be like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go over here because it's less expensive, and you can do your research beforehand as well. Next, we're gonna be talking about some things that you can do while shopping. So something that you can do while shopping is looking at the clearance rack. There's sometimes some food that's half percent off or 75% off, 25% off. Get those discounts. Be in the lookout for that. Yeah, and I really like how what Emily said on the chat. It's so easy to overspend when you're thinking about eating while shopping for groceries. Yeah, yeah, what we talked about in our last tip. Yeah, awesome. And then something else that we can do is buying generic branded options. So that's something that we can also do that um, helps us save money. Something else is sticking to your grocery list, and later on we'll talk more about what a grocery list looks like and what you can add to that grocery list. Next, we're going to be talking about, yeah, that grocery list. So go ahead, Javon, take us.
Yes. So when you're going to shop, you need a game plan, right? You don't want to just walk into the store and go all willy-nilly because you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know what you're going to buy, and you want to avoid buying unnecessary things. So a great way to do that is to make a grocery list. And the first step that you're going to need to do to create a grocery list is create a master list of frequently purchased items. What that is basically just like, say you need eggs. You need eggs, you need milk, juices, stuff like that every week. So you need to make sure that you have all of those things written down so that you can buy those first thing once you walk into the store, so that you're not getting sidetracked. And on top of that, so that you don't forget those things, because that'll suck if you get home and you don't have the things that you want, you know what I mean? So the next thing that you need to do is make sure that you don't overbuy. Like we said in the last slide, check your fridge, take pictures of the things that you have in your fridge so that you don't buy things that you already have. I know I'm guilty of that all the time. I think that I don't have something and then I buy a whole brand new one when I have half of one at home. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
horrible. So check your fridge, check your freezer, your pantry, take pictures of the items that you already have on hand. Next, you want to make a shopping list and put it on paper. Put it on paper, put it on your phone, whatever you use, something that you're going to be able to go back to and keep in your mind. You know what I mean? So you can also use a meal planning app on your smartphone that generates a shopping list based on your chosen recipes and other items that you add. So there are tons of shopping apps and grocery apps that you can use that are really innovative and like have tons of new technology. I loved using them. They're very helpful. I know when I go to Walmart, I have a grocery app that I use that automatically has like that master list of things that I purchase frequently, and it saves a whole bunch of time and it really takes a lot of weight off of my shoulders. Another thing that you can do is be efficient at the store. Organize your list according to the store's layout so that you can avoid backtracking or getting sidetracked or going to different aisles that you don't need to go to. Stick with the items that are on your list so that you can avoid impulse purchases. You don't want to start going down aisles and start seeing the Oreos, seeing the hot Cheetos, seeing all those things, and you get tempted. You want to grab them, but no, you want to stay away from them. You know what I mean? And then shop at less busy times, usually early in the morning or late in the evening, so that you have time to really think about what you need to get and focus. So let's go ahead and stick to the next slide. I love the activity in the chat. I really appreciate it, guys.
Yeah, let's see what some people mentioned. Emily mentioned it's so forgetful. So even with the list, I feel like I forgot something. Yeah. So yeah, like we mentioned, that picture helps a lot. Linda mentioned I have like 12 peanut butter containers because I kept forgetting I have some. Oh my goodness. Relatable.
Right? See,
But
that's why we need to take pictures of our pantries. That's
yeah,
exactly what we can do to avoid that.
yeah, last thing that we'll say right now, Emily mentioned what can you do as well? What you can do as well is tell yourself when you get something, do I really need it? Emphasis
Yes.
on really need it. I guarantee 99% of the times you'll realize you'll pick something out of impulse. Wow.
Yes. I love that, Emily. I actually kind of do something very similar when I'm shopping. I like to put like the impulse buys, the things that I grab right in the front of the cart, that little like cubby, so that
Mhm.
I'm constantly looking at it because it kind of like makes me guilt trip myself almost, you know what I mean?
I
So
like
then
that.
by the end of the shopping trip, I'm like, you know what? I don't really need these, and I just put them back. I think that's a great tip. Thank you so much, Emily.
Yeah.
So, grocery budget, there are plenty of great ways to manage your grocery budget, most of which are online. So, right at the tip of your fingers in your phone. The USDA recommends that one person should spend about 150 to 300 on groceries per month. Now, if you think about it, I don't know how many of you guys remember, but at the beginning of the presentation, we said that on average, spend about $400 or $500 a month on
Mhm.
groceries. So we're really over budget. You know what I mean? We need to bring that down. So one way we can do that is creating a meal plan. That's an excellent way to save money on groceries and stick to a budget. So creating a meal plan is basically creating a plan of meals that you would eat throughout the week. So if you love chicken and rice, you would bulk buy at the beginning of the week chicken and rice and bake you would cook that at the beginning of the week and pack those for the rest of the week so that you have meals already planned out so that you're not tempted to go and buy something else or go get fast food, go get things from different grocery stores that you don't need. You know what I mean? Another great way, there are many different grocery stores that offer weekly deals on different items. Keeping track and taking advantage of those items and deals are a great way to save money. Like I said before, grocery apps have tons of coupons, tons of deals, tons of alerts that you will get that have different money saving tips that you can use to your advantage to save money. Downloading different grocery budget apps such as Flip and Mint are going to help you in a tremendous, tremendous way. I promise you. I use it every day. So let's go ahead and move forward. Grocery shops usually put essentials in the back of the store so you feel tempted to buy more stuff. That is so true, Joseph. That is so true.
Yeah. Did you say move on to the next slide, Giovanna?
Yes, please. Yes, please. Thank you so much. So just a disclaimer. We're giving tons of tips right now. I just want to make sure that you guys know that the following information is not from these suggestions of SW is complied from these suggestions of SWC students. It's just our opinions, the things that we use on a day-to-day that help us. Please note that FYE is not endorsing any of these resources, nor do we guarantee their effectiveness. We just know that they work for us. They might not work for you. You guys need to find your own ways that are going to help you in the long run.
Exactly. Well said, Javon.
Thank you
Period.
so much. Period. So taking advantage of local resources is one of the smartest ways that you could save money. So SWC, your very own school, has tons of different resources that allow that help you out with groceries and shopping and different things like that. For example, the JAG Kitchen and the food pantry, they offer so many helpful food packs and stuff like that. Southwestern provides incredibly helpful resources that supply food to those in need, as does many other colleges. Sometimes getting the proper food and nutrients intake can be difficult, especially during the pandemic. We all know that the
Mhm.
pandemic has affected many different people in many different ways,
Yeah.
mostly negatively, and we need to get as much help as we can get. You know what I mean? So you should take advantage of the resources that are provided. For example, this month, the from the 7th to the 31st, we have different distributions that are going on at the JAG Kitchen. The
Mhm.
drive-through JAG pantry bags, we have JAG lunch bags, we have JAG lunch bags again at the Cesar Chavez building, and a drive-through pantry bag again from 2 to 4 p.m. So you guys should take advantage of that. I think it would be really,
Yeah.
really smart for you guys to do that. So let's
Yes.
go ahead and move forward.
Re-emphasize that we're
Oh,
having
yes, please.
that day from 2 p.m. to 4:30. So yeah, take advantage of these local resources that are available to you. So also, as we have links right here, we have a Google Doc at the end. So just in case you want to look at any links, we'll provide that for you all later on. So yeah, let's move on. Next, we do have, like we were mentioning, taking advantage of your resources. So we do have the SD food banks, some really cool websites that have helped me out as well as my family. We look at the San Diego Food Bank. So it's like a little, if you look at the website, um, it's like a GPS food locator map. So it tells you specifically where. So there was one close by to Chula Vista. So I wanted to show you all that example. It tells you specifically the address, the days and the hours. So they do it the first Friday of the month from 9 a.m. until food is gone. So first come, first serve type of thing. And yeah, and it also tells you that the eligibility. So all are welcome. That's something that's super helpful. Something else that we did want to mention was the website of Feeding San Diego. So again, it's local. It's by the San Diego distribution. And you do have to register for the Feeding San Diego distribution events. So there was one in January. But yeah, so this is how it looks like that example. So yeah,
Yes.
let's move on. Do you want to add anything, Javon?
Yes, I just want to reemphasize, you guys are probably seeing all these links and like wondering, hey, how do I get these? Just a reminder, we are going to send a Google Doc at the end of the presentation, so don't stress. We got you.
Don't stress, don't stress. We're here to help. Yeah, something else that's super helpful is Cal Fresh. It's an assistance food program. Honestly, it's really helpful because again, it assists households in buying most food at many markets and food stores. So again, we'll provide that link on how you can apply to Cal Fresh, the different requirements and things of that nature. They also um, yeah, it's a San Diego household provider. I have something on the chat. Yeah, of course, Linda.
There
Mhm.
are many resources besides SUC cares. But you should like do your research and take advantage of the things that are close to you so that you can use them all to your full potential. But there are tons of resources out there all over San Diego.
San Diego helps us out, honestly.
They really do.
Oh, let's move on. So yeah, now we're gonna be talking about coupons and apps that are super helpful Do you want to start us off, Javon?
Sure. There are tons, like I said, there are tons of apps and coupon apps that are very helpful with finding discounts and deals. There are a few apps that are compatible with iOS and Android. So just a few examples, there's Ibotta, Checkout 51, Snip Snap, coupons.com, Rakuten. I'm sure tons of you have heard about Rakuten. The commercials are everywhere. There's Saving Star, there's Coupon Sherpas. All of these apps are very, very helpful. They provide different types of coupons, different types of deals for stores that are close to you, and they are constantly updating. So you want to check them as much as you can to find the best deal for you.
Yeah. Yeah, really, really awesome points. But yeah, remember it is you can check out these apps and check out which one you like the best. If you don't like some, you know what, then say, okay, let's move on to maybe Snip Snap, so it's what's personal to you and what you like and what's helpful.
And like we said, some may work for us that won't work for you. You just
Mhm.
got to try them all out. Like Rebecca said, just go through them, figure out which one works for you, and stick with it.
Awesome. Yeah. Let's go. Actually, question on the chat. Have any of you all like used any of these apps just out of curiosity? Or like, have you guys heard of any? Drop it on the chat.
Yes, like I said, I know I've heard of Rakuten. The commercials are all over the TV whenever I'm just like doing stuff. I
Mhm.
always hear the commercials.
Yeah, or those ads. I've
Right,
heard
exactly.
I bought it a lot.
This is your first time hearing about these. See, it's we're learning things. That's great.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Take the
So,
weekly ad around the store. That's great. Yes.
mm-hmm,
We didn't mention that actually. That's also a really good tip. Most grocery stores provide coupon books
mm-hmm.
at the door that you can
Yeah.
grab and cut the coupons out and use them for that specific store. So you might want to take advantage of that as well. Just
Mhm.
keep your eyes on the lookout.
Yeah. Usually when I shop at like Food for Less. So they have like the little booklet of like when the specials are happening, like Tuesdays and
Yes.
Thursdays, like meat is like 50% off or um things of that nature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for the participation on the chat. So let's move on. Oh, now the big question of the day. Oh my gosh, drum roll please, Javon.
Yes.
What is your guilty food pleasure that you find yourself buying constantly?
Right. So let's go ahead and see some activity in the chat. Tell us, guys, what is your guilty pleasure, please?
Yeah,
Batman pizza, period, Louise.
Batman.
Tacos, retweet. I love
Mm,
tacos.
tacos.
Chick-fil-A Deluxe, period.
Ramen. Okay, okay.
Ooh, ramen. That's what's up.
There's a little sneak peek for ramen. Okay, McDonald's. Ooh, the Happy Meal with the little toys. So cute. Taco Bell.
There's carne
Okay.
asada fries. Oh my Lord. Don't
Mm,
even get me started.
quesadillas. Oof. Yes.
Yes.
Honestly, these sound like awesome guilty food
Yeah, I'm getting
pleasures.
hungry now.
Yeah. What time is it? It's like barely what? Like dang. I'm starving. Okay, we have a lot of Chick-fil-A fans in the
Yes,
house.
period. Get that spicy deluxe.
Awesome. Yeah. What is one of your guilty food pleasures, Javon?
I have to say something that I try to walk away and I always keep coming back is hot Cheetos. I cannot
Ooh,
escape hot Cheetos. I really can't.
yes.
They
Honestly,
have a grip on me that is so tight.
yeah.
What about you, Becca?
Or even Takis. I really love Takis. For sure, honestly, coffee, like Starbucks or like iced coffee. I always find myself buying coffee because I'm just like, I need it.
I feel that.
Like, I
I
need
totally
it.
feel that.
So yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the fun part or like we have something really cool in store for you all.
Yes.
So now, are y'all ready for an iced coffee and ramen tutorial? Let's see some activity on the chat.
No, I'm excited. These videos are dope. Ramen? Exactly. Oh, girl, ramen.
Dude,
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh my OMG. Wait.
Yes, you guys
Yes.
are so excited. I'm so happy.
So cute. So cute. Okay, so we have the first guest. Um, the first guest, your very own peer mentor, Becca. I have done an iced coffee tutorial. And then let's watch it. And yeah, and then we'll move on. So let me know if you guys can hear it. It's loading. No, why is it lagging now? Interesting. Okay, give me a second. Ooh, okay, we have some activity on the chat. Do you want to go ahead and read that, Javon? Oh, I think you're muted. Javon, you're muted.
You're muted, Javon.
Sorry. So Emily says that Costco has some miso ramen cups that are bomb. I can attest to this. I have tried them. They are fire. They're really, really good.
I have to go try that out. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that. Okay, now there we go. I think it's loaded now. Let's go.
We can't hear it,
I didn't
Becca.
see you there. Do you can't hear it?
It's going in and out.
Let me. Interesting.
Do you have all the boxes checked when you shared your screen?
Yes. If it doesn't, let me.
It's just lagging. So
There we go.
start it over one more time.
Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Hear it now? Okay, sorry. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. No, what's wrong with this? Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna go into the YouTube page because it's not working from like my end. It looks weird.
No worries, Becca. So guys in the chat, let's get some more recommendations
Yeah,
on some different
honestly.
foods, different ramen. How about different ramen places? Do you guys have a specific ramen place you go to? Oh, there we go, Beth.
Becca, why don't you unshare your screen and I'll run the presentation for you and see if that'll work. All right. Thank you.
Thank you guys for being so patient. I really appreciate it. Technical difficulties, they get the best of us sometimes, you know.
They do. Okay, I see some things on the chat. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Do you want to learn how to make iced coffee at home and most importantly, the most inexpensive way possible? If so, let's go. So I am currently at my kitchen, as you might see. What you'll need for this iced coffee is 2 cups, milk, whatever milk you want. I usually drink whole milk, so there we have it. Instant coffee, sugar, and most importantly, ice. Step 1, what you'll need is ice in 1 cup. You're gonna add milk of your liking. You're gonna fill up to, I wanna say, kind of half of the cup. This is again to your liking. So if you want your coffee to be more concentrated, then you'll be adding less milk. Whereas if you want it to be less concentrated, you'll be adding a little bit more milk. So as of right now, I have it maybe a little bit more than halfway. Step 2, grab your instant coffee and your sugar and pour it in the smaller cup. So I'm gonna be grabbing at least 1 spoon of instant coffee. So I'm gonna add it to my small cup. And then I'm gonna add 1 spoon of sugar. So let's do that. 1 spoon of sugar. I don't want my coffee to be really sweet, so I'm gonna be adding just half of that spoon. So as you have it, you will have coffee and sugar, and you'll have your milk and your ice in another cup. Now that we have those 2 cups aside in the kitchen, right now what I'm currently doing is boiling half a cup. So you don't need it to be extremely boiling hot, but you do need it to be warm enough. So just make sure to boil or have it warm enough. One of the things that I like to add to my coffee is cinnamon. So if you have powdered cinnamon, make sure to put a little bit into your small cup. So this is gonna be like your espresso shot, basically. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. I don't wanna add too much. So there you go. So now that we have our espresso shot, we're gonna add that warm water. This is the tricky part. So there we go. I kind of have half of the cup for it to be my espresso. And then again, if you want this to be more concentrated, add more coffee or add more sugar, whatever you want. It's to your liking. So now that we've added our boiling water or our temperature water, we're gonna stir all of the little bits and pieces of that powder that were in here. Smells delicious. So this is the fun part. You're gonna grab your espresso shot and you're gonna pour it inside that milk or your other cup. So we're gonna pour. We're gonna add all of it.
That was too good. Let's get the bell purr.
So I don't know about y'all, but this looks pretty good. So there you have it. Now let's stir. The last step is try your coffee. Make sure to try it. And if you feel like your coffee is too concentrated, what you can always do is add sugar. So I'm gonna be adding sugar for mine a little bit because mine was a little bit too strong. So I added my sugar. I'm gonna again stir. Stir, stir, stir. So then again, you can always add more ice. You can add more milk, whatever to your liking. So taste, 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 taste. Drink test, here we come. Bomb. Material girl. Material girl. Material girl. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. And then again, make sure to make your own iced coffee rather than going to Starbucks because again, it is way more inexpensive. So with that, cheers.
Yes, that was lovely. I loved it.
Yes. Now let's move on. Thank you for the love on the chat. Love it, love it.
Yes, material girl.
Tarot girl. Okay, now let's go to the ramen tutorial. Chef's kiss. I love that.
Lord.
I can't access your video.
Okay, let me see if I can fix that right now.
It's working from mine, Gary. Do you want me to reshare and maybe try that? Awesome. Let me do that really quickly. Can you all see my screen?
Yes. Hey friends, so by now we all know that it can be a little tricky for college students like you and I on a budget to find delicious and inexpensive recipes. So I'm here today to show you one of my favorite meals of all time, ramen. Let's get started. Okay friends, so I have all of my ingredients lined up here as you can see. So first things first, I have my ramen and the sauce packet. I have my garlic, some adobo seasoning, I have some mayonnaise, some spinach, corn, chopped onions, some lemon juice, and an egg. So let's go ahead and go through the steps. Yay! Okay friends, so the first step that you're going to do is put your water on the stove, turn the heat up to high, and let it boil. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do is make the mixture that is going to go into the water when we finish cooking our ramen. So first things first is you're going to want to take your mayonnaise and pour that in the bowl. Yes. Okay. Next step is you're going to want to take your egg, go ahead and crack it. Put that in the bowl as well. Alright, fun. And then take your seasoning, dump that right in. Take your garlic, go ahead and put that in there as well. And this is just my personal preference. I like to put corn and onions inside of my ramen as well, but you can do whatever you like. Whatever you like to have in your ramen, you can do that. And the last step is I'm going to put some lemon juice. This is also one of my personal preferences. I love lemon juice in my ramen. And we're going to mix this all together. It's going to look a little funky, but just stick with the process. It'll turn out great in the end, I promise. Okay, we're all set. Okay friends, so as you can see, my water is boiling. Once your water comes to a boil, you're gonna go ahead and take your sauce packet or your seasoning and go ahead and pour that in there. Yes, okay. Next step is go ahead and take your ramen and pop that in there as well. And let that sit for about 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so the ramen is cooking. I like to just stir it up a little bit just to expedite the process, make it a little bit faster. Yay, it looks so good. I'm so excited. Okay, so the next step, we have our ramen cooked and we have our seasoning mixture, we have our spinach. So what you want to go and do next is take your ramen, kind of figure out a way to strain it. I like to just use the top of the pot and pour some of that hot water into the seasoning mixture and stir it up a little bit. Like I said, it's gonna look a little wonky, but just stick with the process. It's gonna taste great, I promise you. And then once you feel like you have enough water in your mixture, I'm gonna add a little bit more. Okay, once you feel like you have enough water in your mixture, go ahead and take your ramen and drain the rest of the water out. Okay, so I've drained my pasta. Let's go ahead and just pour the pasta inside of the mixture. Perfect. Yes. And then take your chopsticks or your fork, whatever you're gonna use, and kind of mix it around or just settle in. And then I like to just take a little bit of spinach and garnish the top. with my spinach, and boom, you have your ramen, period. Okay, let's try it. Okay, friends, we have our ramen. It looks delicious. Let's go ahead and try it. You ready? Oh my god, that is too good. Yes, it is so delicious. Okay, so we have our ramen. I had so much fun making this meal. It is so delicious. It's so great. And the best part, it's inexpensive. All the ingredients came out to about $7. So you can make this meal whenever you want, anytime you want. And I hope you guys loved it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys decide to try this meal out. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Wow. Okay. Okay. We have some professional YouTubers in the house.
Right? Emily said, I'm waiting for you guys to start your YouTube channel.
I love that.
But, hey, there's talk about a singing cooking collab in the works.
Honestly, part two coming up.
Right? Part
so
2?
soon.
I'm dead.
But honestly,
Thank you so much for listening.
yeah,
Really appreciate it. We hope you learned a lot, and that you could take these tips and run with them and save a whole bunch of money so that we can all be material girls together.
exactly. So thank you again. So now Javon's gonna put up this Google Doc resource.
Yes. I
So
just sent it in the chat. So everything that we've put in the presentation so far is in this Google Doc. So guys, please take advantage of it. Please, please, please.
yeah. Honestly, and the slide, this presentation will be available for you all on the Google Doc. So I saw that Linda wanted the recipes. So yeah, you can totally, when you do go in the slide, you can check out our videos, so you'll have them at
Yes.
your disposal.
I'm
Okay.
glad you guys like the recipes we
Yeah.
worked out in those.
Honestly, yeah. So here are our sources. Yeah, and that will be all for today. Also, Javon, do you want to go ahead and add the Canvas, what do you call it, link, so that they can write their paragraph about our seminar?
Oh, yes. Let me go ahead and find that.
Yes, awesome. As Javon is doing that, I also want to encourage everyone to turn on their cameras. So right now we want to go ahead and take a picture together. So what I'll do, let me stop sharing my screen so that way I can see everyone. So yeah, I want to go ahead and take a screenshot with everyone because we want to add it to our end of the year celebration. We want to have like our little recap. So don't be shy. Please turn on your cameras. Oh my God.
Yes, please, guys.
Oh, so cute. Puppy in the house.